要开始庞大对话喽。
Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot had to say first.
我怎么做不到他？
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your...
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
好像很嚣张哦。
Are you some kind of vigilante patrol?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
存档吗？没关系，对话完再存，这里应该不会有太大影响。
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
啊，对，好像后面
Using
有
funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me...
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me?
Well, yes. You seem so proud.
Oi! I'm the boss, all right?
Oi.
The wet boot boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you tell me?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people...
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably...
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Do you know where I can find Sean?
The sad saint.
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye. Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't pay-
I'm not here to collect payment, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox.
What can you tell me about...
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my...
Gang member and shopkeeper.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can...
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal...
Fair enough. Stay away from us.
Since my return from the war, I don't...
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
What can you tell me?
You can't trust anyone around here.
Really? Don't you think...
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like...
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Booth Digby looks at you with love's...
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything you wanted from him, both inside and outside the bedroom.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened?
I don't know and I don't care.
So you have no idea what really...
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is...
And your conscience.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that?
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair.
I'm looking for Mr.
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or...
Yes, he was.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the...
Goodbye.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth? Claws? Murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
我就静静地看着你们。
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're
他还
thinking.
笑了一下。
I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
OK OK。
What can you tell me about this?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham?
It's impossible to...
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire.
So...
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes.
Are you asking me to paste
If you wouldn't mind.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
你最好是不要骗我哎。
Have you heard of the guard?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters.
Were you ever
I did think about it, but I'm more of a...
So you hunt alone?
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you how to...
Really?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal.
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Goodbye.
Okay.
You clients.
又来
The
了。
epidemic, no one dares go
觉得大家
outside.
都知道悲伤圣徒的名，而不是才
Are
附
they
体。
stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
他原本就是悲伤圣徒吧？很像，是吗？哎，我以为他原本就是诶。
Good evening, Tom.
Good e-
You remember me then?
Of course I do.
Thank you for your...
I'm still Tom Watts.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
他本来就胸前都有带十字架了。
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is...
I see. So you get pressure.
or something like that. Nothing...
You're something of a...
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget.
Since I'm...
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about...
Tom,
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you...
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby.
The important...
Why not try his night asylum?
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just for...
Goodbye, Miss...
等下先做支线。
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor.
What can you tell me?
People don't appreciate that line of question.
You look concerned.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
哦，不离开了，大家都没有安全感，那什么好怕的？
If you're uncertain about your safety,
I got responsibilities.
this place seems... How shall I...
We get people of all sorts here. It's that
So this bar is...
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite...
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Excuse my curiosity.
Something bothering you? What, my name?
Believe me, I never judge some...
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
还蛮多的嘛。
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was...
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Miss Cavendish,
You better ask Tom.
why not answer?
We respect the privacy of our...
Goodbye.
有人呢？
I cannot enter. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I was just being polite.
Don't like questions or doctors.
What can you tell me?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
No? Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who...
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your...
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't...
You seem upset.
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just wanted to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Any chance you
The
could...
sad saint. What?
Actually...
Really? Well, go ask someone else.
Good...
Goodbye.
All these whispers of monsters got folk gossiping and scared. It's people.
Hello, boy.
Hello.
Did I scare you?
No, it's just that...
Well, I won't.
My name is Rufus.
What can you tell...
It's all about staying out of trouble.
Why do people...
They call me Rufus the Cursed.
Have you ever thought...
Where else would I go?
What do you do
I
around...
listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind of...
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do.
What do people...
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Do you know a man who lives...
Sorry, sir.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the...
Are you alone?
I don't have any.
So you have no home?
No. I mean, yes.
We're all truly alone.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost. Even if... Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes... I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days.
直接被我说服。进别人家里，对，然后一进来，直接这样子乱走乱搜，他都不管我了。
It's locked.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strange.
How is life?
Life has always been hard.
Do you think the
Don't know, but it's most likely.
violence has always fed on poverty?
And selfishness is their rotten fruit.
May I ask what you do?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband...
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the...
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to...
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even...
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't for...
I'm trying to...
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint?
The very same, Miss...
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Goodbye.
It's locked, all right.
Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir.
看一下能不能找到
Targets in these parts.
安全物。哦，做普通感冒的那个。有诶。
Good evening, Mr. Fishman.
Yeah.
Do you require... I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to.
And is it your purpose?
Good. Good evening, sir. Don't you recognize?
Don't take it personally.
给他戴
I
森，
spent a
抱
lot
歉，
of
他不汤姆
energy。forgetting what I did the night before.
Yeah,
汤姆是
you
老
had
板。
definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink it.
Why do you drink?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon.
Is there anything...
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn streetlight.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it, and now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is, I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Is there anything in particular that you...
How dare you say such a...
No.
Let me
And... Is...
How dare...
Why are you so...
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair.
Surely you must have had...
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist, and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But...
Goodbye.
Good what?
I'm looking...
I really don't know.
Who could?
About a sad saint.
我每个人叫我去问汤姆啊。好。他应该一直都是醉的吧？
Good evening.
What?
Inebriated?
Yeah.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to...
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I...
Goodbye. Evening, Rufus.
很惨，怎么了？
Evening.
Do you need
A real doctor caring...
a real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank...
So...
来做支线吧，该来的还是要来。哇，小心呐、啊！我休息吧。结束，1到2个月才会好哇。 天呐，心呐！哭了都，觉得超痛。
Good
地下道在哪里？
So few clients. What with the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
我现在可以进来这里。
It's locked, all right.
Poor Jack. He didn't deserve this.
是当初那间房间吗？
Clients. What with the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
要怎么去地下道？看看看。而且今天上午开会，老板才说，这本中午上要住下去。中午结束，天，好好休息吧，只能这样了。不能这样啦！
This is a slaughterhouse. From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
"我怎么知道处理？
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course.
觉得现在应该要存个档。太黑了，这太黑了。
Please don't stay too long, sir. What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
I believe you may find this necklace.
What is it?
It's a gift your son was hoping to give you. But I'm afraid it links...
You mean this belongs to one of his victims? Jesus. I knew this day would come. Please, Dr. Reed, accept this for your trouble and leave me be.
This day? You mean you already knew?
No. No. My son's crimes distress me more than you can imagine. But I'm his mother. I love him, I do.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying.
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he...
休息要注意安全啊，真的。
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son.
Burden? How...
They'd hang him for sure.
你的责任，你不能永远包庇他，这必须停止。
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
价钱吗？我觉得他一定啊。
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think it can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
I'm afraid these demons, as he calls them, are just a delusional justification to distance himself from his actions.
There ain't no hope then. So
加球，主要还是很难说了，也不一定明年就会稳了。
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most.
A wave of bitter death to drown.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept...
How many?
It's not like I keep record.
You feel not...
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you? All right. What?
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people...
I take no pleasure from it.
This rage you feel. Have you ever...
I tried.
Don't you think you should seek help?
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only...
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I understand your mother's situation.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she would...
Good.
哎，这边的任务真的很麻烦。结束。这个。我还记得这边我们会遇到什么了吗？主线。会不会又卡关呢？看我为什么不打他？不对吧？那巨大野兽应该要打这个吧？
Look at it!
哎呦，跟我一起挥哦！欸，他会出来哎！让我进来跟他们一起打。来，打他！我被秒了，没有啦，不是这只，这只上次也很好打。喷火怪还在隔壁等我们呢。
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
这种都不知道到底。看一下，谋杀未遂而被警方逮捕，嫌疑人站在餐。哎，没有。对啊，喷火的来了。那我们今天不一定会走到，因为支线还蛮多。那下次才会，我会进去这边。对啊，这个火花嘛，可怕的火花。他怎么还在这啦？
Be he cursed or... Welcome back, Doc.
You lied to me, Tom.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom.
I apologize, Doctor.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease...
Believe me, Doctor.
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested.
So you mean you're
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have not...
Do you think prison changed?
Oh, I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly tattoo of a blue turtle.
But do you feel cleansed?
All I know is that I'm at peace. I did what I did, but...
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die, eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a high?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm...
You attempted murder. Give me some details.
I was given an order to kill.
Why did you join the gang?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered...
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but... I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
到我自己的悲伤，你害怕杀？
You've had a sad, violent, and lonely life, with no joy to speak of. You realized that you were living with nothing but sadness.
No, not really. I had friends and happiness in my life. It was more about just being pleased for the guy.
我感受到了，那个一定该错了。我感受到了。先观为妙，不用跳出来，我已经知道我错了。而剩下3个，我记得还很难找。 是那个位置很难找。但我觉得，如果要走这个路线的话，感觉支线是必须的。
Be cursed. Welcome.
Why does your waitress feel in...
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried?
Of course I am. The truth is she...
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested.
So you mean you're...
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub I...
Do you think prison...
Oh, I don't know about that.
But do you feel
All I know is that I'm at peace.
Okay.
Why not leave town and...
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are.
Do you think the docks will always be up?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change.
Don't you feel threatened?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
You attempted...
I was given an order.
Why did you...
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered...
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but... I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone saw me. I gave up.
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
同情他，害怕杀人。
You refused to kill him because you wanted to feel some of that happiness yourself. You empathized with him.
Exactly. The man was a bloody landlord who rented overpriced flats. A selfish bastard. But he made me smile. And I was no different from him.
Goodbye, Mr. Goodbye,
Welcome back.
You lied?
I'm sorry, Doctor.
That was devious of...
I apologize, Doctor.
Here is your booze.
Believe me, Doctor.
50块，50块。
For you, client.
接下来，走下面。这个上次我们去找，然后没有找到嘛，然后还被一堆人打死。
Let's go outside.
不知道这次能不能找到。我先在这里存个档好了。哎呀，要找这个的话，还可以直接传回来。以前。为什么？让我把我的棍棒拿出来了。
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
他怎么突然就掏出来？问题。对啊，怎么会突然掏出来？
I can't believe I'm doing this.
但我知道这边还蛮麻烦的，找到爆炸发生的地点，它好像在下面这一区。哦，完了，闪退。 来了，闪退环节。看有没有办法把这个给解决。抱歉。这个补血量应该要等一下。有老鼠的吗？没有老鼠的。
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
我刚才在干嘛？我先从这里。
This is no steady, boys. We've got one of them. Watch out, Ellie! We have to stop it! Oh my god!
是。当初的那个房子。
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
It ain't human! Kill it!
What's up?
No! Filthy piece of shit!
太凶了吧！这边感觉不妙，我先走了。想一下。该不会这个要拿给那个吧？不会说话的那个，都不说话的。我有必要走这里吗？好像没有。我觉得我走的跟上次完全一模一样的路线。
This one's mine! For this! Oh!
回一下魔，再回一下奈。哎，哎。到底按几次？我只是要收那个，因为我看到好像是在这个船这边，不知道在哪。个爆炸地点。它在这附近。我想找攻略。 它这个标也太大一区了吧？在通往第一个安全屋的巷子里。我刚才在这里找到瓜的吗？通往第一个安全屋的巷子。我眼睛瞎了吗？太难追啊！这攻略写的不清不楚的。是安全屋啦，巷子里，算巷子吧。我第一次看到，连看攻略都做不出来的。对咯，每个攻略都这样写啊，哇塞！有影片吗？有了，到了，找到影片。 在哪里？在这个。我靠！鬼才知道啦。
Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects. May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
Oh. Okay, now. One. 对啊，而且重点是，经过他也没有提示，要走到进来，他才会跟我讲。换这个，推上。就在对面。哦，这个我上次有解，有解。还好怪，这怪了，那个猎人还没装死。
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary. This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
又回到最初的起点。那真相是什么？耐力号好快啊！啊，为什么又拿出棍子了？ 又收起来了。
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Good evening, Mr. Delay.
What?
I found the location of the
Really? That's so kind.
It's nothing, really.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Hello again.
I managed to reach the...
Spare me the details, Dr. Rick.
全部人死了，恐怕先。
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll...
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot Boys thank you for your help.
What?
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
Goodbye, Miss.
Okay.
You again? What?
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to...
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really. One of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
I 我记得这个上次我选错嘞。
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
I know you believe monsters are real, Booth.
They are. I know, I saw...
Tell me what you saw. Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a...
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face.
Oh.
I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night. With the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it. But no one believes me.
Are your friends mocking you?
Even Edwina told me once to never speak about it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't a human. Not human at all.
也许就是多周目的好处吧。
Do you know Edwina suspects you to be unfaithful?
Edwina's the one who asked to be called Mrs. Cox, even though Clay hadn't touched her for such a long time.
You have not answered my question.
She's a passionate woman. I've no doubt she'll shoot me down if I ever betray her, but that's not going to happen. I love her as she is.
还有一些
Goodbye.
其实隐约的会透露一些事情。我不知道我办法走过去，但是不要碰到。 该有办法。
Foolish girl and her pretty principles.
但是又要打一次那个人。 等一下，如果没有超过12点半，我们就打看那只火花。反正过去那边也是一段对话，也不会马上出现。 哎呦！ OK。
It's locked.
那我要怎么过去？不会跟我讲说我要在那边才可以解吧？就必须都出现。看来是。 看来是必州出现。好，我们要再次挑战我们的火花哥了。升级。 哦。
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on short on this trail too.
Don't like that, do ya? Killing's all you deserve. Burn it, boy! Bloody light, vermin!
简单超多哎。你看这不是我要说的游戏，简单跟普通也差太多了吧？这等级也差太多了吧？
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
这我觉得设计的有点不太好。 怪怪的设计。
Stupid beast! Die, vermin! We have.
过去好，对面。 真的要求太多了。就该特别玩疯了吧？就算未来要多招募，不要为难自己。哇塞！我前。
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite the stranger to these parts.
I haven't seen young Sean around for a while.
该收了差不多。
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir.
Your merchandise.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me?
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the Wet Boot Boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what—
Jack! Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but—
Why not try seeking—
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy.
I don't feel okay with that.
I'm looking for
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he?
Something like that.
Sorry, I don't know where he is.
Goodbye.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I already took my medication, Doctor.
I'm sorry.
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything—
An epidemic, you say? How—
好头痛，等我一下，来检查一下你的房子有没有安全。
It's locked, all right.
哦，安全，没有危险物品。
Dr. Tippett, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reed.
一皮屎是那个
Don't you remember?
Of course I do.
都在外面的
I
那个男
remember
生。
my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh no. I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippett.
Is anyone...
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
I'm looking for a...
Sean Hampton, you say?
Goodbye.
Sir?
Do you recall...
I'm glad.
I'll try my best. Here.
Thank you, Doc.
刚好有药。
I know I've got something that'll strike the fancy.
没差。这是走了一个完全不同的路。
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. John...
Good evening, sir. My name...
Have we met before?
No. But I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again.
If you have something to say...
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
我贫穷的人啊，我是怎么看人？
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. No need to
我
get
哪里激动？
all
我
worked
超
up.
平淡的。
You speak of strikes.
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays,
You lost your...
those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help work?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
I'm looking for...
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well...
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Good evening, miss. I'm...
A fancy doctor lurking.
And what about you? What...
You want to know my secret?
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides...
Are you homeless?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
什么失靴男孩，后面应该会出现吧？
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks.
Well, I am not someone's...
Glad to hear that. And if you get into
I'm looking for...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum.
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Good.
这个等一下我想去做一下。在那之前我已经搜一下。
It's locked, all right.
有报纸。
It's locked.
Come now, Lottie. There is so much work to do.
我先碰肖恩。意外的，我们蛮快就快要追到我们的主线，就是之前的。对的，的确是。还有就是那天下午真的是开的蛮多的。那个下。 反吸血鬼报纸选择如何应对阿卡佛德斯罗和莫顿的斗，在伦敦张贴5张报纸，烧毁所有海报。要烧毁吗？在想我要烧毁吗？ 好麻烦哦，还有一个。我要怎么张贴？让我看一下我要怎么张贴。 怎么张？ 该去别的点，还是？
Crush the leech, boys! We'll crush! Come take its head!
我在咬哪里？
Informing London's inhabitants of the presence of vampires. What does that make me? A double or a triple agent?
三面镜。那只是要警惕，叫大家不要晚上出门。我想一下。
Done.
他说：“有人。”
Mr. Throgmorton should be happy.
或者他只是打广告而已。好。哪里呀？找不到。奇怪，他不在这吧？我会突然。我没想到连最后这一都要找，太难。这应该是有 bug， 它应该在原本那个地方。 北部嘛。
It's locked, all right.
那我就回去收任务。这么远呢？为什么会在这啊？小心
Over there!
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
Sir, no civilians allowed. Step away, sir.
Die, vermin!
他在干嘛？
Giselle's stolen money. Prewen has some unethical ways of financing their war.
我可以大声的把下面。戴尔。什么意思？我的命！算了，反正任务交回去就对了。把任务交回去，我们就休息好了。下次刚好从孝恩那边开始。打一个段落。哪里？2。
You again? What do you want?
你这很叛逆。
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed...
I knew it!
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well... Thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades, then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
哦，所以这种任务如果不给，有可能会少线。
Giselle, I know you sleep at Shaunhampton's shelter. What can you tell me about him?
He provided a roof for me and my sister. I am grateful, of course, but he gives me the creeps.
Why is that?
He's always sad, like he's about to cry. He's always asking us to get closer to God, to give ourselves to the Lord. Creepy.
Giselle, tell me about the death of your mother.
After our father died, Mother worked so hard she made herself sick. We spent all the money we had on useless drugs and doctors. It was hell.
Hell? What do you mean?
The three of us were exhausted and desperate. And when I'm desperate, I tend to get angry. And I'm hard to live with. Lottie said I killed Mother.
快和你们破地不是这个意思，你的脾气很差。哇。
You should talk to your sister. Whatever happened when your mother died, the truth lies somewhere between your two versions.
I don't want to talk about that. It was years ago. We Paxton sisters are tough.
感受到了，他生气了。没想到最后一刻还要这样独挡。因为这有时候是要猜心境，而且要看那个又有翻译的问题。哎，
You again.
I've identified the men who stole from...
I knew it! Did you find the money too?
Yes, here it is.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Bad.
Will you give the money back to your comrades then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
Giselle, I know you sleep at Shaunhampton's shelter. What can you
He provided a roof for me and my sister. I am grateful, of course.
Why is that?
He's always sad. Like he's about to cry.
Giselle, tell me...
After our father died, Mother worked so hard she made herself sick. We spent all the money we had on useless drugs and doctors. It was hell.
Hell? What do you...
The three of us were exhausted and desperate. And when...
Your sister was suffering too. I'm sure she didn't mean what she said.
I don't want to talk about that. It was years ago. We Paxton sisters are tough. We don't apologize.
对，没差欸。
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. The son...
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
What?
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
What?
看一下就知道了。 没有影响。
Glad to see.
Lottie, tell me...
Giselle killed her. Plain and simple. She killed her with a...
That's quite a statement.
Mother was very ill. But I forgave Giselle. What I couldn't stand was how she cried at her funeral like she was the one left alone.
Perhaps your sister is not as...
I know that, and I don't blame her. It just makes me sad that my own sister is the person I understand the least.
有的是没差，有的是，所以我觉得这也是另外一个要判断的点。
Giselle is the only family you...
Sometimes words are harder to forgive than acts, Dr. Reed.
Oh. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
This is not what worries me.
好，那下次就直接从 Sean 这边开始啊。